call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
Let's go. I'm about to go off like a weapon. Fuel to the top, gotta fill up engine. In my thoughts,
Welcome back, everybody. Hit that like, hit that subscribe if you like this video. Now today we're going to be diving into the running back options. I want to do something probably every week where we look at all the options for the position that we need to allocate our resources to during the offseason. So today we're going to be focusing on running backs. I think that is the biggest question mark in the Dolphins society right now, besides a couple other things that are stupid. But honestly, running back, we don't have a running back to the roster right now. So I want to go over all of the best options from every single genre of player that there is. Free agency, draft, our own team, whatever it may be. So we're going to dive right into it. And we're going to start off with free agency. There are a couple of running backs that are in free agency. I know there's Saquon Barkley. There's going to be Josh Jacobs. I get that those are big name guys, but I don't think that is the premier need on the team right now. And I think we're going to have to pay a lot of money for something that I think we could use that money and use those funds somewhere else on the team. So I'm going to see that the best free agent that we can get on the market right now, price and talent, it's going to be Kareem Hunt. Now, if you look back to his Kansas City days, the guy looked like he was going to be a stud. The guy was turning out to be this fast, physical runner that was super hard to tackle and just was so shifty that you could barely get two hands on him. He's with the Cleveland Browns right now. He's going to be a free agent in the offseason. And honestly, what happened is the Cleveland Browns just happened to find a better running back than Kareem Hunt. Not saying that Kareem Hunt is not a good running back. What I'm saying is that they had two studs at running back. That's why their running game was so good, is they had two amazing running backs. Now, they're not going to pay the money to keep Kareem Hunt because obviously Nick Chubb has the first running back duties and he's a 3-down back. So you're not really getting too many carries behind him. But when he did, he almost had 4 yards per carry, which is pretty impressive. And honestly, he can catch the ball out of the backfield. He can shake people, make people miss. The guy is a stud. He doesn't have tread on his tires. He doesn't have that premier running back tread when you hit to 27. He's entering his prime. And the thing is he's been behind Nick Chubb. So Nick Chubb has gotten most of the carries, most of the burden. If you get Kareem Hunt, first off, you're not going to be paying a whole bunch for him. He's not going to be asking for a whole bunch because he was sitting behind a star running back. But what you're going to get is the potential to have a guy that is going to come in wanting to be the running back one and is so versatile, because I like Raheem Mostert, but Kareem Hunt can really catch the ball too out of the backfield and can be that guy outside that can help Tua. The guy could be a stud again, he was when he was in Kansas City, and like I said, he just went to a team where they happened to draft a better running back than Kareem Hunt. The guy is going into his prime with not that many carries of the ball. He's got a little over 150 each year, which is not horrible, when you're kind of dissecting the games. He doesn't have that much play time under his belt. So what we could be getting with Kareem Hunt in free agency is a guy that comes in and just rejuvenates himself as that stud running back when he had 1,300 yards in his rookie year with Kansas City. So I think just for the money and what you're possibly going to get, because of course Saquon Barkley gets injured a lot. Josh Jacobs, he's going to ask for a crap ton of money as well. The second one we're going to be going over is trades. And what we see is that we do have Byron Jones on the team. And we're not going to be trading picks for players for running backs. I don't believe that because there's so many running backs coming in the draft. But which it looks very likely that we trade Byron Jones, what I can see happening, I don't think we can get Alvin Kamara for the Byron Jones situation, but I can see us adding maybe a couple of players, couple of lower end picks, like a fourth or something along those lines. And I could see us trading Byron Jones. Our best trade option would be for Dalvin Cook. you're basically swapping cap space with having Dalvin Cook, but the guy is entering his prime, and Dalvin Cook is an extremely good running back. They really, I think, underutilized him a lot this year. I think it was one of his better years, but I think the guy, if you put him in a run-heavy offense, he can really translate to a lot of chunk yardage, and he's a very good receiver too. The receiving back abilities is phenomenal, and I think if we were going to trade for a running back, which is a big if, I don't know if we'll be able to 100% get him if we put him in a package, but like I said, it kind of just makes sense, you know. Brian Flores has gone to the Vikings for a defensive coordinator job. His guy was Byron Jones. It's clear as day his guy was Byron Jones. I think if he's expendable, because you never know what the Vikings are going to do, you know, you don't want to pay that big money to a running back and keep paying him. You want to fill out other things. Trade for Dalvin Cook. The guy is just a really, really premier running back. And like I said, Mike McDaniel's scheme and offense is very predicated towards running the ball, and I think with a running back like that, and you pair him along with Mostert if you wanted to, I think it could be the 1-2 punch that really is just hard to beat in the NFL. And like I said, guy has pass catching ability. The guy is just a premier running back. So I think for trade options, I think that would be probably the premier option. We're going to go quickly to on the team, and obviously I think everybody knows we should be keeping Mostert. You know, Jeff Wilson I think is a little expendable. I don't think that he's going to be 100% the guy that we need to bring back. But I think Mostert, if we're going to be bringing somebody back, I think that's the guy that we're going to bring back. And Salvon Ahmed is going to be another guy, cheap. You can keep him on the practice squad, or you can give him, like, just to give you a little bit of depth. But I think the one guy that we do need to keep on the team for running back is going to be Raheem Mostert. I think he just showed that he's a solid running back and really can showcase his skills next year with another year into the offense. Now, last one is going to be the draft. And I kind of have two choices. I hear a lot of people say A-Chain. I think he's too small, man. I don't want another small running back that, you know, can easily get injured. You know, I mean, he's 180 something pounds for a running back. That's extremely small. I want a guy that's going to be able to come in here and be able to get better and keep doing things. I don't want a small running back coming into the fold. So there's two options. The first one, Jahmyr Gibbs, and the second one is going to be Zach Charbonnet. Now, I would not be disappointed with either one of these running backs. I want to make that clear. I think they are both studs. I think Zach and Jahmyr are two different styles of running back. Jahmyr Gibbs is pretty Alvin Kamara-like, and I really like that. He's very shifty. He's very good. I honestly think not the same speed, but Zach Charbonnet reminds me a lot of kind of like a little bit slower but bigger Adrian Peterson. And I'm going to go with Zach Charbonnet on this one. I think the guy is just, there's just something about him that's just different, you know? I mean, when I watch his tape, there is just, for a guy that is as big as he is extremely shifty. Like, I see him find the holes very easily. Jahmyr Gibbs, the same thing, but Zach Charbonnet is a big guy, and I've seen him take on 3 defenders in some of his runs, and his hole finding ability and his patience is pretty incredible for a college kid. And honestly, I just have to go with him. I just think there's something about him that he just looks like another, like, motor Adrian Peterson type guy that brings that what we thought Jeff Wilson could be, but better. I think he's just a guy that's going to bulldoze through people. But like I said, his shiftiness and his cutting ability is something that I haven't seen for a very long time of a big guy like that. Like, kind of a shiftier Leonard Fournette. Yeah, I mean, the guy, just watch his tape. He is just very incredible when he can get somewhere, stop, and then completely go another way. For a dude that I think he's like 200 and something pounds, 215, something like that. He's just a stud, man. I don't know where he's going to go. I think Jahmyr Gibbs is going to go in the second round, and I think if Charbonnet falls in the third round, or not even falls, I don't know where people are going to be drafting running backs, but we could trade down too, depending on what happens. But I just think you got to pick up Zach Charbonnet. I think he's just a different style of runner. You have all these different guys, besides Bijan Robinson, which obviously he's a first round talent for a reason. But you have all these other guys that are just really fast and shifty, and this guy is like that big, shifty, and also can kind of almost outrun you too. I just think he's a stud. I think he's going to be one of the underrated gems. I think the guy is, whoever picks him up, hopefully it's the Dolphins, but whoever picks him up is going to be getting that Breece Hall, that rookie running back that's going to come in and make a huge difference on any team. I just think he's a gem. I think if you watch his tape, there's just nobody like him in all the draft. You see a lot of the same, a lot of fast and shifty, but you don't see these big, shifty, fast guys. I think he's the only one that does that, and I just think he's going to be a steal for whoever gets him. But those are going to be the running back options for each option. I'm going to try and do one of these each week, and also I want to do a free agency, all the options for free agency. I'm going to do that later on this week. But like I said, running back options, these are going to be all of them that I think are the best bets for every single place that we can get one. But as always, hope you have a great rest of your day. Fins up. Peace.